So today we'll be talking about the trends Pokemon Sword and Shield broke. So there was a numerous trends we could, for example, stone evolutions like Clefairy and Machoke would always be found in second phase. You'll never be able to find, the final form in the wild unless you're playing black and white and looking for Pokemon that's taking grass. But they basically destroyed that wall with the wild area and of course the max raid. You can catch, Como-Os in the wild. You can probably, you can catch all these final form Pokemon in a Pokemon game, which is pretty odd because Game Freak never allowed this. I'm still not buying Pokemon Sword and Shield though. Okay, for example, good Pokemon for over many Pokemon you can find in the area. Okay, of course, certain Pokemon still can't find the final form, like Rhydon. For some reason, still can't find Hylia. But here's many Pokemon you can still find. Okay, so here's the strong Pokemon in the wild area: Clefable, Vileplume, Machamp, Gengar, and various other Pokemon, and the Evolutions are all Pokemon you couldn't find in the wild before. And Snorlax you couldn't find in the wild in certain Pokemon games, but in some you can. Other Pokemon you couldn't find in the wild before, like, Tyranitar is one of them, Siftree is one of them, because of Stone Evolutions, and Umbreon and Espeon, which, gets rid of the whole hassle of, and Bellossom, which, we lose the whole purpose of using this, using the stone on them, because you can just use them if you don't want to. Flygon, you can finally find in the wild for the first time. Milotic, which was shown in the trailers. Stuntank, you can find Stuntank in the wild Pokemon Dapho. Vesperclean is one of them with Lucario. Glaceon, Leafeon, Gallade, and Dusknoir, or Dusknoir, Weavile, and Abomasnow, and Lucario can all catch in the wild. Next is Unpheasant, Gigalith, and many Pokemon like, Seismitoad, Conkeldurr, Vanillix, Candor, Pinkling, Bellthorn, Haxorus, Golurk, and of course all those Pokemon you couldn't really find in the wild in previous games because they would always be in the lower forms. Other Pokemon you couldn't find is Aegislash. Yes, you can find Aegislash in the wild. Volt, which, don't know if you could find it. I don't really. And also Sun Ultimate you can find sorts of Pokemon in the wild, but Como-O will be another one, and of course many final stage evolutions they will not be able to find in the wild. You can find out. So Pokemon Sword and Shield did break another trend because if you look in previous games and previous late game areas where you find certain Pokemon, you'd always find them at the middle form or the middle stage evolution, and it kind of made sense because especially if it was like a trade evolution, they wouldn't want you to they don't want you to, of course, have them on your team. For example, in these games, you could find, certain Pokemon. So these older games, Fibrarbor, for an example. Now, why is it not Flygon? Why is it Fibrarbor? This doesn't make any sense. And of course, there's some Pokemon, here as well. And of course, in every other game, besides Pokemon Sword and Shield, it was basically the same. So if you go to, for example, this route here, you would find middle stage evolutions or first stage evolutions that would use stones, but for example, Jigglypuff was one of those Pokemon you could find in the wild, but you couldn't find an evolution. Wigglytuff in the wild, unless, of course, you went into the secret spots, which 90% of the time you would find Audino, but it would be about 5%. You would find a certain Pokemon on Delta Town, another example. Of course, there are some Pokemon you could find before, like it style me with a Super Rod, but you couldn't find, certain Pokemon in the game, so it is kind of a new thing, finding fully evolved Pokemon in routes. Same if we couldn't find Crobats in the wild area or Tangrowth, but Pokemon Sword and Shield did break that convention, where of course you'll find all 60 Tangrowths and level 60 Golbats in the wild, and why don't they have just evolve? Doesn't make any sense at all. Of course, you can find them in the sacred grass, but and of course Gen 5 and Gen 6 and Gen 7 didn't really have post games. Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon kind of did, but they didn't really. Like for example, in this place, you'll still find Golbats, Bulldoors, and non-fully evolved Pokemon. So that's basically it. So Pokemon Sword and Shield did break one conventional rule of Pokemon, not having Pokemon at the full evolved state when you encounter them in the game. So of course, if they have an evolution gimmick or buy a stone or something similar, you would have to get that item from, of course, tedious means and get them for that reason. That's basically it. Goodbye.